All right, we finished up a very productive open week last week. Worked on a lot of fundamentals, got some good work in, and started implementing the our game plan for East Carolina here there at the end of the week. And now we are full force towards East Carolina from this point on.
What was the main priority, would you say, during the bye?
I would say, getting a lot of reps, a lot of fundamentals, a lot of things that are going to take us, throughout this season, the things that we're going to need to do when you don't, when you get into a game plan week and you don't really get to spend a lot of time doing it. That's what we spend our time on, a lot of individual drills.
Did you like what you saw, especially from some of the tackling and then a lot of the getting the point across with the technique and everything with the guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think our guys did a nice job of it. I mean, they knew what the emphasis was. They knew we were going to go back to fundamentals, and I thought, in all three phases, I thought our guys did a nice job with it.
Was this also an opportunity for some of the young guys to get their heads to stop spinning a little bit because of the pace that you guys have been on?
Well, I mean, it's just, it's an opportunity for them to get more reps and hopefully become more comfortable. When it'll slow down for them, I don't know. It's last year it took a while for all those young kids before the game slowed down and they started realizing that they could play. And so I don't know when that'll take place for them, but it was nice. I thought it was good to have the open week at this point, which just gave us some time to really go back to the fundamentals.
Did you watch the game in Blacksburg on Saturday?
I did, yeah.
So what were your thoughts and takeaways?
I thought that East Carolina's a really good football team. I think I read all the headlines how they upset Virginia Tech, and I'll tell you what, it was from the very beginning it was a heck of a game. I mean, offensively they pretty much could do no wrong in that first quarter. Whatever they did worked, and so they were playing really well with a lot of confidence. I don't think they were affected by the crowd or the hype or anything. I thought they went in with a lot of confidence, and I thought they played like that throughout the entire game. And defensively, I thought they did a tremendous job throughout the game. And then they were solid in every phase of their kicking game. I mean, they got a punter that's punting at 48 yards, pop. The kicker is kicking the ball in the back of the end zone. I mean, so they did some really nice things.
Do you think this test you have on Saturday looks a lot more difficult than it did, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago before the start of the season, or did he always expect?
No, I do. I mean, I remember what last year was like, and I knew that, the majority of those guys are back. This is a veteran team. I mean, he's got a lot of guys back and a lot of guys that have played a lot of reps for him. And, they are, we knew, in the summer as we started looking at them and preparing, we knew what they were going to have, and we knew they were going to be a really good football team. And they're showing it. I mean, they showed it with this past week, but it wasn't a surprise to us, to be honest with you.
Does anything about Justin Hardy's been extremely productive for them as a receiver? Is there anything about him that stands out to you when you watch the film?
I think he's a heck of a football player, is what he is. I mean, he's got great body control. He can get in and out of routes. He is he understands their system completely. So he knows how to use open grass and get open in grass. And I think the quarterback's got a lot of confidence in him. So when he needs to, he knows he can go to him.
Have you shown the guys the tape from here last year, or did you?
No, we don't. I mean, we don't sit there and just look at the game. I mean, but through all of our cut-ups that we're looking at, all of our games spliced in there. So our guys see it. They know. I mean, they don't. I can assure you, they hadn't forgotten it. Yeah.
How much better is ECU right now than they were a year ago when they came here?
I don't know how to rate that, but they're better than they were last year. I mean, they're a better football team than they were last year when we played them. I can tell you. I didn't follow them throughout the end of the year, but they were a good football team last year, a really good football team, and played really well against us out in our stadium. And I think if you just look at the Virginia Tech game and look at our game last year, I mean, they're a good football team. And like I said, he's got a lot of guys that are back. I think this is, since I've been following it, I was 4 years at Southern Miss, and now going into my third season here, this is the best team that I've seen at East Carolina.
Coach, turnovers have been critical to your success so far. Is that something you're harping on this week, looking forward to that?
That'll be every week. I mean, we've got to create takeaways. I mean, that's something that our, you know, again, our defense is working extremely hard on to do, and you know, we've got to do a good job of that Saturday. That will be a factor in the game. And then on the other side of the ball, we got to take care of the football. You know, we can't, we just got to make sure we take care of the ball and give ourselves a chance.
It seemed like Terry Williams was a force on the line for ECU on Saturday. What does he bring, dimension-wise?
Yeah, I don't know how tall he is. I've never, you know, I don't think I've ever met the kid, but he's, you know, I think they said he weighed 352 pounds or something, and I mean, he can move. You know, I think they were intending on only playing about 15, 20 snaps, but he looked like he played more than that to me because he was a factor in that throughout that entire game. I mean, the center and guards had a lot of problems with him, and you know, but what they do with their front, the way they read and just kind of sit, it's makes it very difficult for you to run the football. And if you look at you know, if you look at through last year and what they've done up to this year, nobody has run the football successfully on them.
You talked about turnovers and then tackling.